The settlers have plans to build hundreds of apartments for Jews on land where Palestinian homes are standing now. This land grab in Sheikh Jarrah has provoked an international outcry, led by the US Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton.
What Mrs. Clinton is doing, she's supporting criminals. She's supporting people that are criminals. They are squattering to our land, they are building on our land. It's illegal.
Not satisfied simply with evicting Palestinians from areas close to the old city, Aryeh King has decided to boldly go into new territory, beyond Israel's separation wall. This is generally off limits for Israelis, but not for Aryeh King.
We just crossed the Kalandia Atarot checkpoint facing to north. We are right now in the Kalandia neighborhood. Next neighborhood we will cross is Kfar Akeb, and the last one will be Samiramis. All of them are neighborhoods of Yerushalayim. We are seeing at the end of the road a building that is built on our land. Right now we can see the people building there. Illegal building on a land belonging to Jews. On the left side,
he claims that this land has been in Jewish hands for more than 70 years.
All of these beautiful palaces are on my land, and the police is not coming here. The municipality don't care about what's happening here. And when we are talking about illegal buildings, this is maybe the best example because they are building it on Jewish land, and nobody is taking care of that. This is why I call this area the Wild East.
But hang on a moment, this is Kfar Akab.
Yeah.
This is on the other side of the wall. It's the Ramallah side of the wall. This is Palestinian land. What are you talking about?
No, this is part of Yerushalayim, exactly like where I live, Mount Olive.
مش انت جيت قبل يوم؟
نعم.
طيب ليش جايبهم يعني؟
بشوف
شو تشوف؟
بشوف أرضي.
هذه أرضك؟ أرضك. انتم ماخذين يافا وحيفا وعكا وكمان تاخذوا هون؟
نعم.
ولا شيء لكم، انتم راح تطلعوا من غاد كمان. اوكي. شو لك هذا انت؟
هذا أرضي.
وينها أرضك؟ أرض أبوك؟
أرضي في التابو، نعم.
في الطابور؟
نعم.
أبوك تخلف هون؟
نعم.
إحنا إلنا يافا وحيفا وعكا، وهاي كمان إلنا. أخذوا هذيك وحطوا جدار كمان بدهم بعد الجدار. طيب إذا أنت إنسان وإحنا بنكون إنسان حتى.
مع السلامة سفاء. This land has been fought over, conquered and lost many times. The Greeks, the Romans, the Muslims, the Crusaders, just some of the armies who did battle here. Who owns Jerusalem becomes a matter of historical interpretation. Even in recent times, the land surrounding the old city has passed through Turkish, British and Jordanian hands. The occupying power sometimes issued land ownership documents to people living there. And this is where modern-day Israel applies double standards. It often accepts documents from previous rulers when they're presented by Jews, but not when they're presented by Arabs. And so Aryeh King will continue his mission to remove Palestinians from Jerusalem and erase their history, replacing it with a purely Jewish narrative. And Sheikh Musa will continue his battle to save his home and his heritage from the settlers and the city planners.
We don't have a plan as far as how many Jews or Arabs we live in East Jerusalem. I mean, when the municipality defines a certain area as a residential area, it doesn't say whether it's going to be Arab houses or houses for Jews. This is up to the owner of the land to decide.
We're holding on by our fingernails to the two-state solution. Today, it is still barely possible to etch out a political boundary in Jerusalem which will be both acceptable to the parties and viable after the agreement is reached. We are very close to losing that. If current trends continue for another 6 months, a year or 2 years, this all will be lost.
Many powers have dreamt about Jerusalem. It is Israel's dream to crown the city as its eternal, undivided capital. That dream is now close to becoming reality. The government and the settlers are swallowing up East Jerusalem. This is happening right under the nose of the international community. Yet hardly a voice is raised in protest.